Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon. And your boy, Friday the Southern Band, charges on the beat.
To the spoon to get your information. To the spoon to be part of our discussion. Spoon, spoon, spoon television. Spoon, spoon, spoon radio station.
Spoon cuando tell you
Spoon
cuando tell you what is happening in Monrovia. Spoon cuando tell you what is happening in Africa. Just to spoon you and know.
Mary, we are. So we are coming here live from the Bonneville area. Bonneville area, we see total deployment is being done here because we've been told this route that His Excellency the President, Dr. George Manawia, will take this route. He will take this route and he will be coming on this side. And so from this other end, we saw around the ACO office there, the ACO office, there was a lot of tension around there. However, we managed to beat the traffic to come here. I want to give information very quickly.
Okay, folks, while I wait to welcome you to another edition of the programs, the late night politics on Spoon. Of course, this is a special edition of the program here tonight. We want to say welcome to all of you from across the world to this network. This is Spoon. This is where you get authentic information about Liberia. And of course, we're here tonight to talk about our country, to talk about Liberia with just 2 days to the conduct of the long-awaited election in our country. We are going to be here tonight talking about some of the unfoldings, and of course, we will have the folks joining in tonight as we move on with this special edition of the program. Remember, Liberia is all we have, and the peace of our country is one thing that we all should and must, or at all point in time, try to protect. And so that's exactly why we're going to be here tonight. We're going to be talking peace. We're going to be talking violence-free elections, the role of the citizen, the role of every single individual along as we go, as we move every step along the way. And what can we do to protect the peace? What can we do to protect our country? And all of that we're going to be talking about here tonight. So welcome again to the program. My name is Nelson Colette. We're live on Spoon FM, Fabric FM, and Super. And we're also live on Spoon TV, Fabric TV, and Super TV, or on Facebook. I want to say welcome to the program again tonight. We have the link in the comment section. You can come in, join the program tonight, but just know that absolutely no camping tonight. So let the discussion be more of a patriotic one about how we can get our country on the right path in terms of a violence-free election. This too is our responsibility, every single citizen, and especially the media. And as we occupy this space, this is part of what our roles and responsibilities are. So again, welcome to the program. Let me just go across to bring in the guys here tonight. I see Moba Zokia is already here. He's seated pretty tight in a vehicle.
No,
I don't know
I
why
agree
is
to that.
Moba joining us from a car
No,
tonight.
no,
I
I'm cool,
learned
my man.
that
I'm not driving. Listen, I sit into the back, right? I'm not driving, so we good.
But man, how
I'm
do
see
we know
that
you're not driving?
You see my
I'm
hand?
seeing the movement in the background. Put your two hands up. Put the two
Come on.
hands up,
No,
Moba.
I'm
Moba,
holding
put
the
the two
phone.
hands up.
I'm holding the phone. I'm holding the phone.
Oh, Mud,
I'm holding the phone, bro.
Mud trying to show us that he's driving a self-driven car.
My man, I'm not driving self-driven car. It's
No,
my brother, my brother driving, bro.
don't pick at Moba. The background is not
You
moving.
know,
And I want to
Mama,
say
that's the
thank you.
quality, yeah,
Thank you, Moba. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Mobile is already
Uh,
2 years. The man from a party, he 2 years right now.
yes,
no.
Miggy, start that thing. If I that
Man,
quality,
where dress, man?
Ture, welcome. Mickey, welcome.
Thank you, brother.
And
Thank you.
it's good to be here tonight.
Look at Fasco. Fasco, but again, he won you. The people want you to not come on this show.
Vasco said he's coming on, right? Yeah. Vasco, come on. Vasco. Interestingly,
no, we're running campaign to now. That
no,
discussion.
interestingly, we're not talking campaign.
Yeah.
We're not
That's
talking
Vasco,
that regular
Vasco Khan is what he
politics
wanna
that
say.
has been, no, everything we're
That's
not
it, man.
talking that. Huh?
Send my respect, brother. Send it. My respect, bro.
Look.
Good
That's
evening.
sending my respect. That's sending my respect to come in with. Don't talk about the things that were said on the call. Not too long. That group call. Don't talk about it.
My man. Who don't that thing long time about?
Okay, yeah.
I can't handle.
Yeah, don't talk about
That bike door talk. We can bring it.
no.
Yeah.
I know, man. We discuss it differently. Don't that thing.
But it's good to be here tonight. I want to say thanks to everyone for joining in. A lot of you follow the happenings in the country today. Solomon, I see some other folks in the background. Now, if this is the first time trying to join the show, just know that here on this show we don't bring people on why they are driving. The only reason why we have Mobile on is because he is seated. The vehicle is not in motion. He's not driving. He's seated. And then the next thing is we do not bring people on while they're eating. So if you're eating, make sure that you're done eating. Then you can. Oh, you're laughing. You're in the background. You're looking at me laughing. If you're eating, just know that you can come on when you're done. And then the next thing is you don't come on with anything sleeveless. Let's keep it professional. You can have on a t-shirt or whatever. Now, when he goes to the gym regularly, he tells me that most times I call him and say, yeah, I'm rushing to the gym. I'll be back, blah, blah, blah. But the man covers the muscles when he comes on the show because,
the six-pack.
No need to show the six-pack.
Yeah.
But with all of what he does, anyway, I don't want to talk about that. I want to say thanks to everyone for joining us tonight. Make it to all.
We're not supposed to talk all.
Okay, so let's kickstart the conversation tonight. You saw the happenings in the country today. It's no secret now that since this entire electoral activity started, Gradually, campaign started at a slow pace, on a snail pace, if you may. And as we went on, gradually we started to see the tension. Gradual tension started to creep in. And we're at a stage right now at the very end of campaign activities. We again, in fact, it has just been happening in row. There was a situation in Grand Gillette County following the Lofa incident. Grand Gillette, from Grand Gillette. The same day the situation happened in Grand Gillette County, there was another one in Monserrado County here in District 13. And then following that District 13 situation, just one after another, we've been seeing series of violence carried out in the country. Not just that people have been throwing stones, but there have been reported deaths as well. Several individuals have been reported injured in the midst of everything that's been happening. And so it takes us back to what our roles and responsibilities are as citizens of the country. Is election really about war? Is it about the stone throw? Is it about the brutality? Does that in any way put anyone in a comfortable lead? Does that put you at a privileged position over the other people that are not causing creating that kind of scene? What exactly do we think tonight our role should be, especially as we are at a very crucial stage now? Yes, we may say campaign is over, but the most important one is the particular process that is ahead of us. Tomorrow, we're gonna be going to the different centers and be marking the ballot. From the very day, Tuesday morning, up to Tuesday night, up to Wednesday morning, that's the real aspect of the election. That's the defining moment. That's the time when it is going to be when we are going to be sending a message as to whether we are resolved for peace, we are more democratic. What we're going to be saying as to whether our democracy is mature now as compared to what it were yesteryears. So I want us to just make a round on this. What do we think? What should be the role of the different parties? What should be the role of every single Liberian? How should we even engage this process and just everything? You can also weigh in your thoughts on the violence situation. A lot of you followed two political parties reportedly involved, the CDC and the ACOP. Well, no single political party has taken responsibility of what happened, but there are reports of death, there are reports of injuries with respect to the clash between the two forces today. So let's hear you first, Sandy, and then we're gonna go to Mickey and then to Ray.
Well, Nelson, thank you for giving us this special edition. I know we requested for it at a late minute. So thank you so much for sacrificing your time. Thanks to the Liberian people. It is a sad day, Nelson, for our country. It is sad that we are going into the election losing lives. You show a video that all of us have watched and been watching, today, and we saw a Liberian that was murdered. On camera. He was stoned to death. Let's put it in that way. That's exactly what happened. That is embarrassing it's hard to watch. It's unfortunate. That's somebody's child, that's somebody's family. That's a human. That other young Liberian was stoning. Even when he couldn't move anymore, they were still stoning him. That speaks to a lot of things. Our country has not recovered from the civil crisis. We have not. Our minds, a lot of our friends and our folks' minds are still dark. And it's extremely, extremely terrible to watch and terrible for our country.
Okay, so
Solo.
sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to interrupt. Ture and Moba, you have to edit the caption there. Remember, no camping activity. So all I have vote then like in front of your name, you take all that thing in front there. We won't see it. That Liberia. If you don't put vote there, put vote Liberia there. That what we want to see right now. Thank you. You see, like Cindy has here, peace in Liberia, right? Yeah, this is what we should be talking now.
Yeah.
Thank you, Moba and Ture. But go ahead, Cindy.
Yeah, so I'm going to actually just leave that. I mean, a lot of us have watched that, and it's sad. I just want to send my condolences to the family, and I'm here for the next. I mean, today, tomorrow, whatever opportunity that I have going to the election. I just want to talk about peace for Liberia. Liberians at this time know who they want to vote for. All of us here have played our part. Talk about the various candidates. Our people know now who they want to vote for. But it is important that we maintain the peace. Who are you killing your friends for? For a political candidate? Whose children are somewhere enjoying their lives? Just because you believe in somebody, you should take life of another person? That person don't deserve to live? Can we as a people disagree and handle our issues as human? So I'm just asking all of us, go to the pool, vote for your candidate. Vote for your candidate in silence. You don't have to boast about who you're voting for. You don't have to tell anyone who you're voting for. You don't have to wear any political t-shirts. You don't have to show up. Go in silence. Go to the ballot box. Vote and quietly leave and go to your house or wherever. Whosoever wins, Liberia win. We still have a nation.
Okay.
And to our government.
Yeah, so take 30 seconds to wrap up.
30 seconds. To our government, you have the responsibility to keep the peace in the nation. Do not do anything to provoke the citizens. Protect your citizens and ensure that we have a peaceful election and a peaceful transfer of power. Whether the governments maintain power or we have a new leadership, let us have a peaceful election. Liberia deserves peace. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Sandy, for your input. Let's hear from you. Mickey, go ahead.
Well, am I audible?
Very well.
Okay. Good evening, good morning to all of the panelists and the audience out there. I mean, it's a sad day. Another life. I mean, so far confirmed. Would you confirm one? Another life has been cut short way too early for something that was avoidable, something that should not have happened. And being a young man myself, every time I see when a person passes, especially if that person is young, a whole lot of things just go through my mind, and a whole lot of things go through my mind, and I just sit and just think like I could have been that person, and what are some of the things that person would have potentially achieved in life, and all of the contributions they would have made to their family and nation as a whole. So it's a sad day, but at the end of the day, it's not surprising. That's what I always told you guys on here. When you deal with a bunch of uncivilized people who are brutes and savages, those are the only languages they understand. The only languages they understand is that of violence. And it's, as we all said it before, it's a scare tactic. But deeper than that, I want to say something. we all know about the prosecutorial powers of the legal system and whatsoever, especially with respect to capital crimes and stuff like that. And this thing, I don't know if people have noticed this. If you guys have not, you should pay keen attention. No government who is certain of being ousted democratically will continue to engage in violence that will lead, specifically capital crimes. The reason I say this, something is being cooked in the background. Because if you, as a leader or as a government or members of a particular government, know very well that you are about to be ousted, and the next government potentially could prosecute you guys for these crimes, you will shy away from them. You will not want to commit them for fear of being prosecuted just a couple of months from now. But if they are still going on committing these crimes, something is cooking. They're probably depending on something that will keep them away from prosecution. So for me, I'm an observant person, and being in the investigative or security field, you follow the indicators and you look for the signs. What is it that these guys keep? Because they are adamant. It keeps happening. It keeps happening.
Let me say, Mickey, even as we speak now, both parties are shifting the blames in the both directions. Both parties have individuals. I'm talking about the parties that were involved today. They have supporters who are victims of the situation as we speak. So it's a kind of situation now that calls for a whole lot, and this is not just about, yes, we may say that maybe party X is thinking of this and XYZ and something is cooking, but then party Y on the other hand is shifting blame. So what do you think, Mickey? What do you think the citizens?
Nelson, let me tell you something. All right.
Let me just lay my thoughts on this.
Oh, okay,
right?
go ahead.
Yeah. So how do you think the citizens, even the citizens, we, the ordinary people, Liberians listening to the radio now, how do you think they should engage this process, especially at this crucial stage, regardless of politics? I mean, politics aside, all politics aside, because this is a crucial aspect of the entire process that we're about to get into. How do you think Liberians should engage this particular stage of the process?
It's a difficult situation. This is not a blanket response, because at the end of the day, we all say, he who wears the shoe knows where it pinches the most.
Yeah.
You should understand this, right? We all want a peaceful country. We all want a peaceful transition. But again, I always reference the American Revolution. For a people to equate freedom to death, it takes a whole lot for somebody to say, give me liberty or give me death. That means the next available option that they will rather have instead of bondage is death. It says a whole lot. I'm saying this to say, the people, if they are pushed to the position or the place where they can't take it anymore, you and I, we are in no position we can only appeal to them how to react. But a person at a given point in time, nobody can dictate to a person how to respond in a situation. And you talk about the situation of party X and party Y, they are shifting blames or whatsoever. In the legal profession, when you are the aggressor, when you initiate the aggression, you do not plead the doctrine of self-defense because you initiated. Let us be frank and fair. We all know Akko. Who you think was shooting today? Akko doesn't have arms.
There are reports that live bullets were released by the police. They are reports, unconfirmed reports. Well,
Okay.
you know, and so there are different views, there are different reports coming out from the both sides. Well, you listen to the audio that was played from the presidential aide when he said that they were under tension, they were under gunfire, and they had to respond a certain way. All right, the audio is very, very terrible, but a lot of you heard that. You heard that, and so now it speaks to the fact that when you talk about brutality, the both parties are claiming that they were victimized. You talk about deaths, the both parties are claiming that they were victimized. You talk about the release of live bullets and everything. The both parties are equally complaining of being victims. So let's just
but both parties
just to end with you,
both
Mickey.
parties can claim victimhood. It doesn't mean both parties are right. You think I believe anything Kalasco was saying on it? No, they initiated the aggression. They are the aggressors. So I don't believe anything he's saying. Look, the only institution who has the wherewithal to execute carnage and mayhem on the Liberian people is the government.
Okay.
They have weapons, they have everything. No political party has these things. Let us be frank and fair. So all those things Kalasco was saying on the phone or in the chat group or whatsoever, I don't believe anything. It's just a smoke screen to cover up whatsoever thing that they have already planned to do.
Thank you. Let's hold you there. But just before we go to Toure, we're about to move on to Toure. But just before doing that, let's play this video again. For the sake of our folks just joining the show. This is exactly what we're talking about.
I got a photographic memory, so I can't watch that.
Yes,
it's too graphic for me.
This is exactly what we're talking about. So on one end, you see guys who are not in any t-shirt. You see seditions or individuals to be believed to be seditions on one end in the blue, and on the other side, you see the guys who are not in any party, a t-shirt or whatever. All right. So you saw from one end guys who were in the party t-shirts, in the blue t-shirt, and from the opposite direction, the guys who were not wearing on any party t-shirt. And then it turns out that if you watch this video, Mickey, I'm sorry, for the sake of our audience, again, we'll have to play this video. This one, let me see if we can play this one. Okay, so let's see if we can. Not what we. Okay, so this is it. So this one. But let me say this. In the first video, from the onset, you saw two groups involved in the stone throw. One group of people in the dominant blue, the next group, in their color. I mean, no specific color, in their ordinary stuff. And then the next video, you saw the individual in the blue was being overpowered, and then he was being manhandled. It is believed that he was murdered. Unconfirmed report. But let's hear from you, Toure. Let's get your take on this. With just 2 days to election, or let's make it hours to election in our country. or 24 hours to election. This is what we have. How do you think Liberians should engage this process? Because this is the crucial stage of this entire process. This is the defining moment. It's going to determine as to whether, it's going to be peaceful or not. Let's hear from you, Toure. You are muted.
Thank you so very much, Nelson. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, our viewers wherever you are. Nelson, this right here, what happened today, and obviously, all of the provocation that we have seen from the other side, the ruling party, obviously, today was no different, right? It's the same thing. This is what we talk about, voter suppression. There's so many ways you can go about doing it.
Remember, no campaign, no political campaign.
All right. So, but look, I'm not calling for people to go vote for anybody, Nelson. I'm just saying, I'm not calling for people to go vote for X, Y, and Z. I'm just saying, when you do these kind of things, you are fear mongering, right? You are making people to start calling their children in. Like, what happened over there today? You start telling people there to start telling their children to now vote. And we come from a culture in a country where if your mom tell you something, you listen, right? Nobody want their mom or their papa calling and say, my man, don't go out there. That the thing they put trying to do. So these things send message. The young man who saw over there today, brother, that young man over there, that somebody 17, 18-year-old, that's a baby out there. And we saw babies doing that. These were not wartime children. The people who saw over there, these were 16, 17-year-olds doing that. They did not participate in the war. They were not even born during the war. But why are they acting like that? Right? That is sad, bro. That is really like my heart hurts right now. Because if I see that, if I see people walking in the principal street in Liberia like that, it sends back our memories back in the days, man. That's how people used to be in the streets. That's how people used to be walking in our streets. We don't want to go back to those days. We're going to continue telling our people that Liberia not going to revert. We're not going to go back. Because going back not going to actually do anything for us. We have traveled those roads before, right? And we know exactly the consequences for traveling those roads. So we're not going to do that. But instead, we're going to tell our people, y'all need to muster the courage. Y'all need to actually hold this and make this personal. You have to be direct. You have to be intentional about this. Come out.
Thank you.
October 10th. Come out and go there and vote. Constitutional rights.
Thank you.
Are on the line.
Thank you.
Your liberty are on the line. Your hope, your dreams and aspiration for a better you, for the next generation are on the line. Take advantage of it. Do not allow any circumstances or any situation to deter your constitutional right given to you.
Thank you.
Go and do that. And Nelson, let me talk about this though. Let me talk about this, please, for 10 seconds. What we saw happening today in that area there, I don't know, that Bonneville or whatever it happened at.
It was on the Japan freeway.
Right? That's something that should have been prevented. Should have been prevented. Absolutely no, there's no if and but about it. This was provoked. Akko was provoked, right? And that the same thing we saw in District 2. In District 2.
You think so? You think
absolutely. There's no difference.
Why do you think so?
Nelson.
Because in one of the videos we played, you saw the two groups involved with the stone throw.
Nelson, who's supposed to be there? The young lady that was on Spoon today, that Spoon played that video. You know what? I sat in class with that young lady in Zerekure refugee school. I sat in class with that young lady. So I know her very well. And everything she was saying to Don Spoon, I can almost guarantee you that's exactly how it happened.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you. Thank you, Toure. We want to say thank you to Sylvester. Thanks to Sharon. Sharon, thanks for joining us tonight. And let me bring in what thing more about Antoine? let's bring in Jabate. Jabate, thanks for joining us. I hope you know the rule here tonight. No campaign. It's all about peace message, and how Liberians should proceed with the crucial stage of this entire process that we find ourselves at. Go ahead. You are muted. Can you unmute?
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm out there now. Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. And I want to say hi to all the panelists and those listening in the audience. First and foremost, I'm troubled from my voice. Probably you would tell that I'm a bit emotional. I couldn't watch the full content of the video for the fact that it's sickening. And I just want to ask this question. What does it mean right now to be a Liberian? What does it really mean? How do we define a Liberian? Because if we just try to retrospect, there are slogans in Liberia that have been used over the years, which we can substantiate to today's action that justifies the question of what does it mean to be a Liberian. The word Mandingo dog is a slogan. The word, the sentences that have been used over time, Mandingo people from Guinea, is a slogan. And I will be as personal as I can be, which is defended or can be defined by history. You know, what happens today is that this is a form of deprivation, political deprivation. It deprives people of the rights to associate themselves, to feel that they are part of a society, which that those rights that are God's given wants to be taken away or wants to be threatened by just mere individuals who does not even have the right to give those rights. You know, I listened keenly to some of the colleagues out here. I mean, they made very salient points. And I just want us to understand this question, and probably we can think about it. If you were to be asked, what does it mean right now to be a Liberian? We've come from a dark history, yet we yet to learn anything. Things continuously evolve as we move on. The same history, it keeps growing, and every day, the same thing continues to happen. Now, we are all aware. We've watched prior elections in Liberia. Madam Salif came, we saw what happened. There were tensions. I remember the instance where Claratown, I stand to be corrected, Claratown or Vietown, her underwear was used with raping something, trying to display something, a disgrace to womanhood. That was enough reason for people to get agitated and fight. They ignored that. And we know who were those involved or supporting it. Like you said, we're not going to go into the political dynamics right now because election is just right next in a few hours. But I just want to say today that this is not the Liberia that we envision. This is not the Liberia, especially at this time, 2023, that we ever dream of having. And all these bow down to the fact that our people, that the illiteracy rate continue to affect, the poor quality education in Liberia continue to affect the minds of young people whose future have been mortgaged. Poverty has been legitimized in Liberia only because people can use these young people as tools, as conduit to accomplish their aim. Every Liberian I understand my brother Mickey said he couldn't watch a video. Like, I can't. This is a repeat of what happened in Lofa County. This is a repeat of what happened in District 2. Look, the individuals that were killed today, or those who lost their lives today, it doesn't matter whether they're Mandingo, whether they're Muslim, or whether they Va, Gio, Kran, or whatever. First basic and the bottom line is humanity. We are all human.
Thank you.
There is no choice of being a Mandingo or being a Muslim. And one thing I always tell people, or being a Christian, or being a Va or Gola in Liberia, we were born into who we are today. And 90% of what we do in Liberia or as human, whether you be a Christian, you be a Muslim, or you be a Mandingo, be a Va, we were taught to believe these things. The possibility of being convinced to believe who we are today is questionable. How many of us have made research on Christianity or Islam that we support today? But because we saw our parents growing up as Muslims or Christians, and we follow the pattern. You cannot judge, you cannot convict an innocent man. These are innocent people today that were brutalized only because somebody feel that they have a majority, that they have the numbers. They feel that one person is lesser than another person. I'm sorry. I'm very emotional, and I plead with the audience to please understand me, from the background that I'm coming from. This could be your son, it could be your nephew, it could be your cousin. We saw the fight. And for all indication, if you watch this video keenly, you will see the police is even pressuring one group of people more while liberating other people to have the leverage to attack.
Thank you. Thank you. Good luck, Javate. Thanks for making your input tonight. I think this is the first time on the show.
This is my first time, and this is just my first time. Let me just say that this is my first time. I'll mute myself. I'll mute myself.
It's good to have you here. So let's now move on to our co-moderator, Moba Zokia. He's been in and out. But Moba, you can't no. Moba, I will skip you just for doing that. Let's go to Sylvester. No, let's go to our sister Sharon.
That come from Alba.
Yeah, but if anybody should have a face on the show, it shouldn't be okay. So let's go to Sharon. We'll come back to you. Let's take Sharon.
No problem. Take my sister.
Sharon, go
good evening to all of you, and thanks for bringing me on again. And to the victims of family of today incidents, I just want to extend my condolences, and to all of us Liberians, because regardless of the family background they came from, their relation background, their political affiliations, we are all Liberians. Those were Liberians whose lives were taken. Those were Liberians who got wounded in the process, and that should not be happening during this crucial time in our country. I don't want to limit the happiness today to it being because they are Muslim, or because they are Christian, or because they are from a particular religious background, or from a particular tribal group. This is something that we have really never seen till certain group of people came to the body politics of the country. We remember a couple of weeks ago, it was Foya, and I stand to be corrected. I believe most of those that were in that gathering in Foya were Christians because of the political association. Somebody will say they were Christians in majority. But this is saddening that during these times when we are going to do peaceful transition, when we are supposed to be going to do a peaceful electoral process, you will continue to have a particular group of people who think they have control over violence, who continue to bully others and continue to intimidate them. So that what happened has nothing to do with the religious affiliation of our brothers and sisters. What happened today had nothing to do with those people being Mandingo. It just had to do with a certain group of people who think that the country belongs to them, that nobody else should have access to a certain area, especially when they are within that region. And this is unfair. This is unfair. We are all Liberians. We want peaceful transition from one government to another government. Whatever happens, whoever that stays into power, we want it to be done peacefully. All of Liberians' lives should not be wasted. All of Liberians should not have to go to the hospitals because they got wounded in the process of some electoral violence. What happened a couple of weeks ago in Foya? Majority of those people were probably Christians. What happened a couple of weeks somewhere else? They were probably Christians. And today, our Muslim brothers got out there. I'm pretty sure there were Christians among them who believe in that Islamic brother for a better Liberia. And today, again, another coincidence of our Liberian brothers and sisters being killed. And sadly, we have securities who are not in the interest of everybody. They are there to protect a few group of people. Why is it when this violence erupts, it's only one group of people who always have to be victimized than the others. You always see securities are safeguarding one group of people who think they have power, who have the authority, who think they have the security of the state under their control. But then the other group is left to be vulnerable. We don't need that kind of Liberia, especially now that we are going into election. This is something that we all must condemn, regardless of our political affiliations or tribal affiliation or our religious affiliation. Because today, couple of weeks ago, it was the people in Foya. Today is people from Akko. Tomorrow, it could be anybody else, also a politics or not. Auditors, it was not during political times they were killed. It could be anybody else. So we need to stand together as a nation to come against this thing. We have to stand up for ourselves. Again, my sympathy and condolences to the bereaved families.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. So let's take you, Moba. Go ahead.
Thank you. Firstly, I will wish the bereaved family my condolences, and we pray all those things shouldn't happen again, and it shouldn't repeat itself, because losing a life is very heartbreaking, and it is setback for the family. Looking at your loved one being murdered on camera and you're watching it, I think it's something we call trauma. Some of the family members probably must go through. But and so I think today what's happening.
Mama, you want to adjust the camera? We're not seeing your face.
Okay. Y'all can see me now?
Face.
You see me?
Your head is out.
But we're seeing your forehead.
Okay.
Yeah, you good.
Anyway, try. Go ahead.
All right. So as every day we come on the platform, we say the thing over and over. I think the police need to be neutral in every situation. They need to protect the Liberian people. It's not a certain group of people. When I watched the video today, I felt sick in my stomach. I was like, this is my country? Because if you see police protecting certain group of people and then leave certain group of people vulnerable to be attacked, murdered, it is a concern. It is a concern. We will come here every day. We talk the same thing over and over, but nothing changed. Nothing changed. You will born a child from 0 months to 17, 18, 19, 20 years, and you see somebody will come and murder that child without justice. This is Liberia. It's not a Liberia we are talking about. It's not a Liberia we are anticipating on. It's not a Liberia we are looking after. It's not a Liberia we are thinking about the future. What happened in Foya, it can repeat itself in Maserati. Our people need to come together. The security, every day we cry on joint security. The people who press conference, calling people on the table to discuss issues, calling journalists. But they are doing nothing. They're talking much and doing little. The security, I would say today, they're talking too much and doing nothing. They protect certain group of people and leave certain group of people vulnerable. Is this the Liberia we are talking about tonight? Is this where our neighbor stream was buried? Is this where our resources, we're working 24/6, we're building, investing? Is this where our Liberia is today?
Thank you.
It is frustrating. Let me conclude by saying this. It is frustrating, my people. It is frustrating, actually, to see our brother being a Muslim, Christians. We are one under the same umbrella. Despite my sister said it, Sharon said it. Despite our political views, our religion differences, but we are Liberians. Our brother need to be killed or murdered. But I can say this: there will be no justice for that brother, but there will be justice for the one that happened in Foya. You know why? This is the security we are looking after. This is the security that we think can bring the difference.
Thank you, Mother.
I submit, my brother. It just that hard. I submit.
Thank you. Sylvester, go ahead, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening to people in radio land, TV land, and all across the world. Well, it's a sad time for our country, Liberia, where politics has taken us to the point where we see one another as animals. We brutal one another, as if to say, after the election, we're not going to exist in the same country. Nobody is responsible for being who they are. No, when God was creating me, He didn't ask me what tribe you want to be or what religion you want to belong to. I was just born and I saw myself from Lofa. I saw myself. I didn't choose my parents either. Probably both of them were just drunk and they decided to have fun, and here I am. I got to accept them as my parents, regardless of what, So we should not see one another as animals in political time. But again, if everyone crying with my name, Sylvester fighting Ture, Sylvester fighting Jabatev, Sylvester fighting Sandy, there should be a question there. Why is Sylvester fighting more than one person or two persons? The election will be over. Regardless who wins, we did our part. We saw our candidate. We said what we had to say. At the end of the day, who wins, wins. We still have to live. We still have to have a country. For people to be, this video, I couldn't even watch it. It's too graphic. I can't watch it. Just imagine me as a man. Can't watch it. Just imagine some females women sitting somewhere crying in tears. This is terrible. This is bad. I condemn it to the strongest term. And my condolences to the bereaved family. Life can never be replaced, but they will forever remember 2023 election. That family will never forget 2023 election. All we can pray for is that justice should be served.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Sylvester. We'll take the last two persons and then we'll go to the lines. As we said, we're not here long. We are here for just an hour. So we'll take the last two persons and then we'll go to the lines. We'll come back and do our closing. Sharon, you wanted to come in? You wanted to say
because I was just about to leave. I'm going somewhere.
Yeah, I can tell you're going somewhere, Sharon. Anyway,
yeah.
Don't be that Jerry. Jerry always in Russia.
No, I'm going on another show.
Colin, please, before say Sharon leave, I just wanted to make a point clear.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm permitted. Yeah, Sharon, like I said from the inception that I was a bit emotional when I, started this, I laid my premise, right? Yeah, I noticed, you lay emphasis on the religious aspect. I was giving you an example. There are Mandingos today who have become Christians in Liberia. Don't get me wrong.
No, it wasn't you precisely.
I was just trying to get this straight about there are basic principles. There have been common saying in Liberia that has not changed over the years. We've gone to school. We expect these things. We expect our people to grow and pass this. People ignoring history. Nobody is responsible for that. You can't blame another person for your ignorance. The fact that you're not willing to accept something does not negate the fact that it doesn't exist. So, I just wanted to make that point clear. Today's attack was orchestrated, and I can say this with substantial evidence that it was aimed at a particular people, because if you're using words that will underline an interest and commit an intent, you don't need anybody to interpret that for you.
But it wasn't directly to you.
Yeah, okay. No, I get it. I just wanted to make sure, we clear on the religious aspect.
That was the same thing. They were like, they talk.
On this because we, as I said, we have limited time here. So we have very limited time here. We are all about to go. So, Sharon, you wanted to do?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's kind of do that in just a minute.
Yeah. All right. So to my brother, it wasn't to you, because even in Foya, when the guy was shooting other that Sir Joseph or Thomas Palapins, You could hear the lady saying, yes, the dog over there, yes, the dog. Yeah, so again, I just want to extend my condolences. And my brother Kifasa and I was there chatting, and he told me, like, I should say it out that one of the guys that were killed was a sedition. But Kifasa, you are looking at the sedition aspect, but I'm looking at the holistic aspect. Whether sedition or Aqua Partisan, they are all Liberians. They are all Liberians, and this is why we should not be giving rooms for all these violence. Because whether I'm wearing a green T-shirt that carries Joseph Walker, or I'm wearing a blue T-shirt that carries George Weah, I'm still a Liberian. So it's not about who was killed or who was lying dead. The matter of the fact,
get rid of that whole political leader thing.
Yeah, yeah. So whoever died today, from whichever side, they did not have to die. Again, I'm sorry that this happened, and we are praying for a peaceful election moving forward. We pray that we don't have to deal with this violence after election. Thanks for hosting me. I'm going on the other side, and good night, everybody.
Thanks a lot, Sharon. Thanks a whole lot. Abraham, thanks for joining us tonight. Lincoln, thanks for joining the show. And let me say, is it Heinz?
Thank you, Nelson.
Thank you, Johnson. Thanks for joining us as well tonight. So we'll just have the both of you to come in, make your point, then we'll go to the lines.
Okay.
So starting with you, Lincoln, since you're on my far right. On my right.
Thanks a lot. Good evening there, or good morning there in Liberia, and good evening to the rest of the panelists on here. Gentlemen, this is very important, right? And I think if you can record of the dream that I said yesterday on this platform, you know, the issue of tribal conflict, it was not easy to come to an end in our country, because it is something that's observed all around the world. If you go to other country, you try to realize the tribal conflict that they do have, that certain tribe get certain job and certain tribe do not get certain job. And we know the issue of Liberia, what tribal conflict caused for us. Like today, we are proud, some people are proud to call themselves a guild man, a crown man, or a Mandingo man. We know during the conflict in our country, you could not call your tribe. Because at the end of the day, certain area you find yourself, people will get rid of you, which of course is not a fun thing. Our election in our country have always had conflict at the beginning, at the middle, and at the end. So all we can do as Liberians, we should not try to exaggerate on these things that are happening. We all know that what happened, it is not something decent in our community or in our country. We should all frown on it, and we should all try to preach peace. Because if the Mandingo men try to gang themselves against those who did XYZ, or the ACO party, or the CDC party, or Unity party, whosoever involved, because this thing have been ongoing. Apart from the electoral process that's ongoing right now, this thing been going on in the country. The last time when Sue went to the American embassy, we saw what happened at the embassy. So there's no good violence in our country that we should be. I mean, there's nothing but violence that we should be able to support, or that we should be able to talk good about. So we as Liberians, this is a time that we all want change in our country. And at the end of the day, Nelson, the fault will always lie on the government, because the government is responsible for peace and stability in the country. So when things like that happen here, the government cannot be, because when I saw that video, I told my brother, I was watching the video right by my wife, and she heard the lady crying. Oh, she asked me to cut it off, because it is so, disturbing. So that's why, we all want a better government in our country that will be able to protect the people.
Thank you. Let's hold you there. And you can come in now, hands. And again, tonight, no campaign. It might be October 8th to where you are, but here is October 9th. All campaign activity ends. Exactly. And so we want to hold it at that. We don't want to be seen as a group of people who are breaching, what the law is and the protocols and everything with respect to this. But go ahead, Hans. You're live. Let's hear you.
Thank you, Nelson, and good evening, good morning to everybody. The situation today, it should be nothing to sit aside and say, "Oh, you watch it and it's funny." I know none of us did. We all condemn it, and this is a national security issue. Right now, we have election in about a day from your side, and from our side, it's 2 days, couple of hours. And the world now, attention, the whole world attention, including the United States of America, attention is based towards Israel. So if Liberia was to, I just saying this, God forbid, but we saw what happened in 1990. If Liberia was to descend in any chaotic situation or fracas, nobody gonna have attention towards us because Israel is taking away the attention right now. Let me be straight up with you on that, on national security and international security issues. I said it last time. The government had tried its best to sustain the peace. I still hold that ground. I'm not backing this government here. I'm not trying to call party or anything, but to be able to sustain the peace up to election day and after election is the primary constitutional right of the Liberian government. They should do that wherever way possible. You cannot start taking side. The national security being compromised, and this can lead to a real disaster if they don't sit down and do something. Nobody wants the army in the street because we know the army is the last resort. The police, that's what. Sorry, let me just 10 seconds. Let me just finish it. The police, that's what we are called police. Police are there to police, to create safety, the safety net for people's safety. You cannot go about and take side. The government need to step up its game, or we don't know where this is gonna go. And I'm sorry to the people that died. May their soul rest in peace. And both sides, we condemn that to the highest as possible.
Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. I see Vasco Smo wants to come on, but Vasco, holding everything constant, that today no one is campaigning. If you must come on, then you will have to remove your beret and also edit your name, remove that party name from in front of your name, and then we can have you to come on the show. Absolutely no campaign. So you just have to edit your name, then you maybe we'll have you to come on. But we're gonna go to the lines and take some calls at some point when we have Vasco do what we requested. Then we will have him to come in. So let me just activate the WhatsApp line. But the number to call is 0555101075, and the WhatsApp number is pinned here on the screen. You can also place a call via WhatsApp only, and then you'll be live on the program tonight. This is the Late Night Show on Spoon. I'm Nelson Colette. Thanks for joining us. Okay, let me bring Vasco in. I think Vasco is ready. Vasco, welcome to the show. It's good to have you.
Thank you, my brother Nelson. Let me say thank you to all the panelists. And I mean, today is a great day, and we are Liberia. I mean, today is not about party, it's about Liberia. So thank you for having me.
Okay, great. You came in at the time when we were just about going to the lines. So you could just wait in your thoughts on the happenings today. First thing is that the rule on the show today, no campaign. We're not promoting political parties. It's more about our country and how we should proceed at this crucial stage. So you could wait in your thoughts on some of the happenings today, the violence and all of those things. So Lincoln, we have a rule on the show regarding face cap and all of that. And so we would appreciate if you were to remove that. Because that's part of the rule on the show here and all of that. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Thanks a whole lot. Thank you for adhering to our rules. But go ahead quickly, Vasco. Let's hear you.
Yeah, once more, thank you so much. I mean, today, what happened in Liberia is not anything that we should play and politics. This is our country, and we know what we've been through. Understand? So, for me, I condemn the violence today. I don't care which side it came from, but what we want to say to our people is that election will come and go. We're going to have winners. Somebody's going to win the election, but we're still going to remain as Liberian, and the country still remain. So where we are reached so far when it comes to development, think we can just stick to that and move on. This is not about George Weah, Boaka, and this is about Liberia. So I'm here today to talk Liberia. So I urge my fellow panelists on today, let us be civil and let's talk Liberia. Election in just 2 days. Tuesday will be the election. By Wednesday or Thursday, we're gonna know who's gonna win this election. So let us keep this peace. We struggle a very long way to reach this spot. I hope we can stick with where we are now for the betterment. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Vasco. So we'll go to the lines now and take calls. We'll take just few calls so we can have every single person said wrap up in time. So the number is the WhatsApp number is on the screen, but you can call our local line 0555-101075 and you'll be live. Let's take our first call here. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Nelson. This is Hashim Famula calling from Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Okay, Hashim, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm so sorry about the people that died, because that guy, it could be my brother or it could be anybody's brother. Would you condemn why it's happening? They are trying to scare our people. The same thing that happening in Lofa, that's what happening in Montserrat. They are trying to scare our people to not go to the place to vote. So I'm really sorry. Even if you are Muslim or Christian, we all are one person. It don't matter. I'm here. Cadasco saying, Cadasco, who was Cadasco today? He's saying, causing people. He was sitting somewhere, nothing. He knew he was to have food for himself. Today he's somebody. Then he there, the many other people, insulting other people's parents. So I'm so sorry. So yeah, thank you for the show. Because I'm so emotional right now.
Okay, don't be emotional. Thank you. Please try not to be emotional. Hello. Can we all mute? Can everyone say just try to mute? That will be okay because I'm getting something.
I think somebody plug their phone in it. That's why it's making a sound. But anyway.
Hello.
Okay. Hello. Go ahead. You're live. Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Nelson. This is Ami.
Okay, Ami. Welcome. The mission.
Yeah.
I want to call you all Ami. Go ahead, please.
Well, so mine, like everybody have already said, my deepest condolences. And I told you earlier that I couldn't. My whole day was ruined just looking at that video, and it's really disturbing. And I don't want us to, miss the whole thing that's going on. People trying to make it other religion and tribes. I think that is way far from it, because this is something that just happened in Lofa the other day. It got nothing to do with religion or tribe. It just got to do with certain group of people feeling entitled. That's it. It got nothing to do with who is Gio or Mano or Mandingo or no. It has nothing to do with that. So people just need to stay away from that. And I think another thing that needs to happen, the election commission needs to take a lot of responsibility in this whole thing, because if you're giving people, there's a problem, two parties being out at the same time. And if you're giving people licenses or to be out, you should know who you already have out, and I think the areas that is supposed to be something like that's supposed to be done, instead of just giving two persons or two party license and say go ahead, have fun. I think that have a lot. It have a big part to play in the whole thing as well.
Thank you.
That's my view on it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Ami. Thanks for your contribution on the program. We take this person. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, Nelson.
Yeah, hello, sir. Go ahead. You're live.
Yeah. First of all, I want to say thanks to everyone on the show tonight.
Okay.
Most especially my man Cindy. Yeah, that's my guy there for ANC. I'm not an ANC guy, but I love that guy.
Okay. To no party bene that Liberia talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I know. Okay. So, Liberia is going nowhere if we don't change our mind attitude. I remember some time ago in Beaumont, I know what happened to my Mandigo's neighbors. And that thing still plays on my mind. Whenever I hear people saying that nonsense called Mandigo Dog, it hurt me a lot. We are not going nowhere because people still singing that same old song. What happened to our brothers and sisters today or in Lufa or today in Morovia is very, 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 very bad.
Okay.
We supposed to graduate from that level now. God, the war that came, it brought a lot of us out of the country for us to learn, for us to open our minds. But yet, there's still some of us still carrying that man. Mandigo door.
No, let's even forget that whole terminology and stuff like that. But thank you. I appreciate you. Thanks a lot for your contribution.
No, that's true. But I mean, it's so sad that Liberian have lost their life.
Thank you. Let's hold you there. Thank you very much, sir. Let's go to the local lines and take 3 calls from there. Hello.
How is it, brother?
Yeah, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah. Okay. Everything has been said. To say sorry to those that lost their life.
Okay.
And to say sorry because of what happened, because it's in the election business, it should have been like forwarding everybody, we are Liberian, we have to love ourselves, and then after everything, we come back together as the same Liberians.
Thank you.
Although people mind the politician because they give them some money to carry on violence, it's not good. Because this thing is bringing a lot of power. We all are brothers and sisters. After this thing, we meet. We get a good government. Everybody's going to enjoy. We get a bad government. Everybody's going to suffer. So we shouldn't be allowed for both people that are here together be killing one another.
Thank you, Lazo. You there? Thanks a lot for your contribution. Okay. Thank you very much for your contribution. Then, sorry, we'll take this person. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I'm connected from Corwell.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I've been listening to the discussion about this incident I having, but let me say my contribution to the family.
Mm-hmm.
But then, you see, myself and the same background, okay? But sometimes our brothers, when I get to me, because in Liberia, one thing I do know in Liberia, sometimes they call it people or people like very personal make fun of it. Some it's my Muslim brother and be too personal when they say my thing. It means no harm. The only thing which I coexist. The thing that sometimes when somebody angry with somebody will call you a name. During the crisis, people used to call it the fearful, they say, oh, they are weak, they are him, they are the fearful, they have power.
Okay.
So I just want to say, that this thing we should leave it out. When somebody call me Madingo, me I from their background. Why should I do so personal? I'm not like what should I be like? I'm not like
Thank you.
Without cheating my name, without cheating my tribe, without cheating nothing of me.
That's all you there. That's all you there. Thank you. Thank you, sir. We take the final person now and we go. Hello.
Good morning, Master.
Yeah, morning. Let's hear you.
Yeah, this is Pajasa. Calling from the road to be aside near the world.
Okay, Pajashua, go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to admonish all Liberians. We are one people. We should not put ourselves back to 1990 where we were there eating our crop being Patanga bought all kind of things. These children of the day, please listen to me. Those that are putting you on the street to put your own friends, they are children now here in different countries, you understand. Please start fighting for people. Please start putting yourself in danger. Some of us, the mother on from Liberia trouble, will show you your sorry for me. So I beg you people. Whosoever is ahead is ahead. Let us start fighting one another. Peace is sweet, but war is bitter. Right now, they're going Israel. Then Israel was from the 5 years ago. Things are happening in society. They even can't get over it.
Thank you.
I beg you, people, that all hold the peace. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for your contribution. And we have to hold it at that. And come back to you guys too.
Guys, can I be my closing? Please.
You want to do your closing?
Yeah, I got an emergency in 30 minutes.
Mama is turning to be a Jerry gradually on the show.
No, not that. I got it.
Okay, but go ahead. Do your closing.
Yeah. I'll not sit on.
I can't give you money about happening.
What did I get the name? Start my man. Start Jenna guys, I want to say thank you for the emergency show. You know, everybody, our view are very important, and we are Liberians, despite our political views. Today we can go to Liberia. We have fun. You know, like let's say two or 3 minutes from now, sitting with our citizens, we have fun, we chill, and then later on we say, brother, I want the best for Liberia. That's what I want. I don't want to be, going out fighting for it. It made no sense. So my advice to the Liberians back home, you guys need to be kind. You guys need to protect yourself every time, like going out there fighting. All I want to know, we don't want it. Stay to your house, and even when the result is out, it's not in your favor. Be calm. If you feel that you are cheated, go to the Supreme Court. Despite we don't believe, according to Liberia, they don't believe in the Supreme Court and the police. They are, those entities are selected justice. We know that. But end of the day, don't take matter in your hands. The only country we have is Liberia. We love Liberia. We want to build Liberia and want a peaceful country that tomorrow we can come in, have fun, chill with everybody, and then end of the day, that's Liberia. We are Liberians. So
thank you.
My advice to the youth, general guys, you'll be peaceful. Go do your thing. Come out. Relax yourself. Chill. That's it.
Thank you. Then we will take Cindy. After Cindy, we take our brother Javate, and then Toure. But Cindy, go ahead.
Well, yes. We are talking peace, and peace is what we need for our country. We need a peaceful Liberia. There is a story in Liberia that all of us share, especially folks that were born in the late 80s, and some folks that were born in the 90s. I was born in the late 80s. Some of us, by the time we got to know our names, our country has already been destroyed. When I returned to Liberia, 1996, my entire village was a forest. That's a story shared by a lot of you. As a child, instead of playing with toys, we were hearing bullets. We were seeing family members drop dead. I lost several of them, uncles, aunties, brothers, sisters, and my father. That's a story for all of us. Instead of us as young people starting school at early ages, we were being chased away by bullets, by our own Liberians. All of us. This is a story that all of us know. This is a story that we don't want to repeat. Guess who were fighting the war? All of us, especially young people. And guess who we're fighting for? Just few people that came to us and told us they were the right people. Few people that could not sit on a table to address their differences. Few people that could not sit on a table to talk about a peaceful way forward. And they use young people to destroy our beautiful nation and kill hundreds of thousands of Liberians. This is a story for all of us. Because of that senseless war, some of us did not go to school until we were almost old. A lot of our brothers and sisters dropped out. We do not want to repeat this. And this message goes especially to the youth. If you want to sit in a Liberia and be chased out of your country again, or destroy what we are building, then allow them to fool you. Those people you are fighting for, killing your friends for, their children are all in the Western country enjoying themselves, going to the best of school, eating the best of food. Those people you killing yourself for have several passports. When there is war, they get on the next flight, they leave you right there. We got to think peace. Election is not a battleground.
Thank you.
Vote your candidates. Go home. When they announce the results, accept the results. If there are cheatings, we go through the justice systems. Let us protect ourselves, our neighbors, our brothers, our sisters, our mothers, our fathers, and our country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Cindy, for your input. Jabate, let's hear you, sir.
Yes, I would like to, while we all depart this place, and I'll repeat the question: what does it mean to be a Liberian at this time of our life? And I think it's a question we might choose to answer today, we might choose to answer, but I know someday we'll answer to our children or grandchildren if we do have the opportunity. And I want to condemn election violence in any form, because it actually diminishes, trust in an entire democratic process or even institutions. It undermines the fabric of the very democracy that we tend to adhere to. And as Liberians, I think it's very important that we begin this most difficult conversations. We need to now stop talking at each other and now start and begin to talk to each other. We need to sit across the table and have the most difficult conversations. We need to now, if we want a better Liberia, we need to look each other in the eyes and talk about the things that people don't want to talk about. People trying to sugarcoat things that we know these things are like, play words in Liberia. I mean, so in as much we anticipate, we still believe in the future of Liberia. I personally believe that Liberia will be better, but we need to initiate that process so our children and grandchildren can take on. But these more difficult conversations needs to start. And I appreciate the fact that we've had such platforms today that we can come and have exchange of ideas and learn from one another. And I'm so pleased tonight that I have been privileged to sit across, people like you, and I have learned a lot. And I hope that whatever I'm learning tonight, it stays with me and it becomes, it become more transformative in my life. But it is my hope that our people would desist from electoral violence in any form and manner. Let's stop believing in individuals and begin to rebuild our trust in institutions. Our judicial system, our police or security apparatus, we know these people have become compromised. And today, the government is a reflection of our communities, because the people that are serving these government comes from these very communities that we live in. So if we want a better Liberia, we need to start to change. We need to start this approach from our communities, because the communities will definitely show a reflection of our society and the government at large. So while I leave from here tonight, I want to say this. I'm asking all Liberians, those that are voting, we that are outside of the country, let's go down in prayers. Let's remain on our knees till these election times are over. Thank you very much for affording me the opportunity. And I'm honored to meet all of you guys tonight. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, Jabate. Let's squeeze in our sister from Egypt. She has a contribution to make on the program tonight. Good morning from Liberia. Welcome. It's great to have you on the show.
Good morning, Nelson. I'm choosing Selma calling from Egypt.
Okay.
I just want to tell you guys thank you. And my condolences to all those who lost their life. I pray God bless Liberia. God bless Liberia. God bless Liberia.
Thank you.
God bless Liberia.
Thank you. Thank you. It's an emotional one, and some people, some Liberians are very intentional about it when they say we want a better country, we want a peaceful country, and all of that. Some people are very intentional about it. Toure, the floor is yours. You can do your closing, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nelson. Mama Gandhi once said, to be the change you want to see. But tonight, I would say, be the peace you want to experience in your country, that we all know what peace means to us. from our past, we know it's not the brightest. It's not one of our proudest moments. If all those things are true, what are you doing to contribute to that peace? This goes to every one of us, irrespective of our political persuasion. Let us work hard. Let us be intentional, direct in cultivating a peaceful Liberia. We have sat on this platform for damn near 2 months, telling you guys what to do with your rights, what to do with your constitutional rights, to vote. You want change? Go vote. Obama said you want change? Go vote. Don't sit home. Don't be intimidated. Don't say, oh, look, Mickey always saying something here. Freedom is not cheap. Freedom is not something that you just stay home and get. You have to get up and go get it. All right?
Thank
you. So October 10th is here, my people, my Liberian people. Let me end it by saying this in Madingo. Me u alu jebu anyaye ko wula butu. Ko mi keni bi abenayena. Ko surugu bodoro latila. Alu jebu
no camping. No camping.
No, I'm not campaigning, man. You can call somebody to I'm not gonna violate, man. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do that, Nelson. I'm not gonna use my dingo to campaign. I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I'm Ben mean peace. I'm going to kekini. I'm going to do kini. Ben kan labi ekono. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Turi. Thanks a lot. Let's hear from you, Mr. Johnson. Go ahead.
Yeah,
no, not hands. We got to. Okay. So sorry. Sylvester, go ahead, sir.
Like I said previously, we condemn every form of violence. Nobody deserves to die in an electoral process. Election is about ideas. It's about we selling and marketing our candidates. And at the end of the day, the Liberian people decide who they want. And whoever they choose, that's the person we should work with. We should not be killing one another because we are not on the same team. In fact, it will not be fine for everybody to be on the same team. So I want to say, let peace reign. Let us be peaceful. Liberia is the only country we have. And I want to speak to all Liberians who will be going to the polling center on Tuesday. Please leave your party paraphernalia at home. Even those of you that got a sticker behind your phone, take it from there and leave it home and go vote. Other than that, it will be seen as you are still campaigning, you are still in a campaign mode. Don't wear t-shirt, don't get placard. Even if it's on your car or on your motorbike, take it out.
Remove it.
And vote and come back home. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Mickey, go ahead, sir.
Well,
I just let it when I'm making leave out when you're about to make your point. How you can do that?
Well, it's listening to all of the panelists and the callers is emotional, and you know, as my colleagues were speaking, I kept going through the live comments, and I see some of our brothers and sisters on the other side of the divide making reckless comments and statements, right? You know, the proverbial what goes around comes around is real. That's a cosmic law that whether or not you believe in it, it doesn't matter. It will happen. You know, I got a friend. We went to high school together. We graduated. And he's on the other side. And every time something bad happened in the country to other people, he always come out and victim shame and victim blame. The other day, he ran into the same issue. one of her eyes got damaged, and it said it's gonna be. The doctor said he might lose the eye, and some of us we could have come out and victim blame him as well, but because we are civilized people, we wish him well. I'm just saying this to say what goes around comes around. Today, you're in the upper hand and you have all of the authority, and you're in a position to inflict bodily harm or to oppress and suppress other people. It might come back to haunt you. And when Jabate was speaking, and Sandy, all of the panelists, I just felt so sad in my heart because my mom gave me a book, right? It's called Presidential Papers, the first 100 days of President William R. Tolbert. And there are pictorials in that book. Look, Nelson and the rest of the folks here, I was going through the book and I saw Raleigh Town Market. You could literally lie down with your pillow or eat there. I saw other places in Liberia how clean and unique and decent places were back in the days, what we call Norman days. And we destroy all of those things. As Sandy said, just because few group of people could not agree to sit at a table and trash out their political differences, and they ruined a whole generation of young people. And this time around, the very same young people, look, you do not need education to have common sense. How stupid can one person get to know that these people are using you? You sit there, you see these same very people drive the best of cars. Some of them sit on social media and eat lobster, and you go hungry all day, but you still go there, trash your brothers and sisters, kill them, wound them, destroy properties for this same group of people. Do you need education? Do you need to be educated to know right from wrong? How stupid can you be? You understand? It's just so that nobody has to die for another person to ascend to leadership. Nobody has to do that. But here we are. We're going through the same cycle. When will it stop? Some of us will want to go back home. Nobody here, we don't want to be old here and go to a nursing home where we will be on schedule, when to take bath once a week. We want to go back home where we can be free, drink our power. We can go visit each other. We don't need to call people to say, oh, bro, you home today? Can I come over? We can just walk, sit down on our plum tree and have fun. We want to go back home. We're tired of this country, no matter some of us we got status or whatsoever here, but this is not our home. We still don't feel welcome here, regardless. We want to go back home. So we're begging you, let us go and vote. Vote with all that we have. And just stay away from violence, because Liberia is the only country, as Senator Dillon always say, it's the only country we cannot be deported from.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. And I just got reminded of something that I saw some time ago when you mentioned that book that your mom gave you, Presidential Papers, I think you said, and some of those images you saw about some locations in our country. Now, I think it was a year ago or so when I went at one of those agencies, and in the process of engaging with someone, I saw on the wall a photo of some of the principal streets of Monrovia back in the, I think, 70s or so. And I saw Broad Street. And the Broad Street I saw of the 70s is far way better than the Broad Street that I see every single day when I go to Central Monrovia today. I saw Ashmore Street. I saw Carey Street. I saw Gurley Street and all of those principal streets. And then the question I asked myself was, how come we're not going ahead, we're not making progress, but we're rather going backwards? How come those places were beautiful, instead of modifying what we had yesterday, the places are all not even worth talking about? But anyway, I mean, that's where we are. You know, your comment just reminded me of what I saw, you know, about a year ago. Yeah, but Lincoln, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Nelson. Thank you so much. And been closely listening to every one of you guys, giving out brilliant points on, in which the way we want our country to go. But when we talk about peace in any country in the world, we should look at security, my brother. Security plays a major role for peace. You cannot be talking about peace and then there's no proper form of security. Because trust me, there's violence everywhere in the world. The great US of A, there's violence every freaking day. Canada, Australia, there's violence every day from citizens. Citizens are very arrogant. Trust me, these guys are very much arrogant. They cause trouble every freaking day. But the security are there to make sure that things go properly. People are apprehended for wrong they do. So what I'm sensing or what I see or what I perceive in our country, and I'm just urging, I just want to sensitize, the John security, that's the army, the police, and all of these other guys to get on their feet. The country is right in their hand. Trust me, there will still be violence. Because we've been hearing a lot of we've been hearing a lot of things from politicians, candidates and all around the corridors. There will still be violence. But the security of the apparatus should stand very strong to withstand all of these tensions from the citizens. You can't rule that out. We saw what happened at the White House in America. If there was no security put in place, trust me, there's going to be something totally different. There was an incident that occurred in South Korea 2022, a Halloween crowd, where 150 plus people lost their life. The chief of police for Seoul City was being thoroughly investigated. He was being blamed for what happened for that crowd. You know what that guy did? Because he knew he was not going to walk away freely from that investigation, he committed suicide. So it tells you how the people system very tough. They don't joke when it comes on the line of what they got on paper. So our security part of the John security, this election is in your hand. There will be violence. You can't rule that out. But the security apparatus need to do their job. They should be there on time to make sure that situation are handled. If there were any security forces that were along that highway, trust me, what we're seeing today was never going to happen.
At some point, there was security. At some point, there was security. But the security got overwhelmed. That's what I can say.
That's not security, man. Leave that to him, man.
Okay. The man coming after you is a security person. He's from the security background. So let's move to him. But I appreciate your point, Lincoln. Thanks a whole lot. Thanks a whole lot for the input. Yeah. Hence, let's hear you. Go ahead.
Nelson, the man took most of my lines, but I appreciate that. I will buttress it. Mm-hmm. When the lady called, I had to turn my camera off because it was too emotional. I shed tears. Even when Sandy was talking, all of you guys, when you're Leo, Brother Hill and Brother Torrey, it was emotional. Ronald Reagan once said something. If we ever forget that we are one nation under God, he didn't say under any prophet, he said under God, then we will be a nation gone under. Let us sink in tonight. My people, we saw what happened in the 90s. Many of you were not born, I guess. I'm a late 70s born. And we saw what happened in the 90s. It was critical. We saw a national army shrunk down it became a tribal army. The police became tribal police. The immigration became tribal immigration. Next to Abraham and next to McKay, I became snitching on him because he was from another tribe. We are descending into that. It started in Lofa. Nothing happened. We have had 2 incidents in Monrovia already. Nothing happened. Look, let me look to my brothers in the blue. Let me talk to you tonight. We share one thing. It's called FOP, Fraternal Order of Police. You may be in Liberia or anywhere in the world. We share that one order. That's a fraternal order. Nelson, I beg you, I will dissect in this real quickly. When January 6th happened, trust me, there are police officers that have side. There are police officers that love the former president. But when it came to defending democracy, brother, we put aside everything we have. We fought like brothers in arms, and we protected protesters. Even the people that were beating us, we protected them. We fought. I never fought in my life like that before. Never. Fought for 4-5 hours straight. Bear spray in my eyes. That today to the cataract in my other eye. I say it caused it, but it escalated my eye injury. So I know what it is to be a security officer and bearing our uniform and you taking side. It's painful. Tomorrow, you in Ganavik. Your neighbor is Mr. John. And you go and beat Mr. Johnson because he for the other party. I don't call him party, I just say the other party. I'm not running anything there. My brothers and sisters in blue, the John Security Forces, when you stand up over there to protect the people, you protect the people. You leave this thing. I said we started 1990 with one army. We end up coming down to one army, to a tribal army. We started with one police. We end up coming to a tribal police. We started with one foreign warring faction. We end up having almost 10, 15 warring faction. NPFF's birth so many other warring faction. It got some of us over here in the States today. Like my kids said, you think we want to sit down here? Our bunga get changed at the schedule time, laying our own poo-poo? You think you say yeah? You hear me saying I fought for 5 hours. I'm looking at Lengy. They used to call me string when I was growing up. Don't mind it, I don't got a big body. But when it comes to busting eye, we did it. So I'm not talking, I'm not feeling proud that I let it talk. It hurt me. Because when I saw that man being killed today, that thing can spill into serious trouble war. Bro. We don't want it. My police brother they are talking to you. Please hold a peace. Yeah. Who beg you? It's scary. It's sad though.
Thank you. You know, and this is about our country. This is about Liberia. Whichever way you put it, the peace of our country is something that we must all protect. You might not be in Liberia, but you're attached to Liberia one way or the other. The fact that you come from here, you have friends, you have relatives here. There's something about this country that, you know, should move all of us to act in a certain way, to do things a certain way, to ensure that this country is stable and peaceful. Let's hear from you, Vasco. I think you're going to be taking us home tonight.
Thank you so much. Like for me, I mean, everybody already said this is about peace when it comes to Liberia. Okay, so I don't even expect any panelists on the show tonight to try to go this way or go that way. This is about Liberia. Like I said earlier, we need peace. Because every one of us here, we have one country. No matter how the situation will be. But Liberia remains the biggest things that we can look at. So all we need to do here, I don't know if tomorrow or the after tomorrow, we're going to come back on the show to explain things that we've been saying. So tonight is the last night. All I expect us to do tonight is to speak to our brothers and sisters in Liberia that Liberia is the biggest picture. We don't need any violence. We need peace. We've been here saying a lot of things. Oh, this person, this person, that. We've been here 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. But imagine we are closer to the election day. 2 days from now, we're going to know the next president of the country. So all I expect us to do, keep the peace, talk to our fellow citizens, that no matter how the situation will be, no matter who's going to win this election, let us hold as Liberians. Every one of us here, we are Liberians. I got my little brother here, Mickey. We lived together almost in the same apartment in Liberia before. But today he's on the other side and I'm on the other side. But it doesn't matter. tomorrow I can see Mickey anywhere in America, and the both of us gonna, I mean, it's gonna be like nothing happened. So this is what we should be preaching to our fellow citizens. So Nelson, thank you guys. Thank every one of you. We are the same. We are not different. We are Liberians. So let us hold together and let us talk to our people and let us hold the peace. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks a lot to you, Vasco. Thanks, Hans. Thanks to you, Abraham Lincoln. It's been a great time having you here, Mickey, and Sylvester, Toure, Cindy. It's been a great time being here tonight. And we'll look forward. Now, all of what we've done over the past months, I know we have plans to maintain this platform even after election and so forth. Have it as a place where we can inform our people. Yes, continue to highlight the happenings in our country. Share our expert views on some of the things that are going to be happening even after now. It doesn't end here, but all of what we've done for the past months, about 2 months or so, have all been in the interest of our country. Whether you've been supporting Party X or Party Y, you all came here and expressed your love for those different political parties because that's what you believe in. That's what you think is best for our country. You did it out of love for country. So at the end of the day, you put yourself in a position where you were willing to take the intellectual punches. People insulted almost everyone here. People insulted including me. We were all insulted in the comment section here. But we kept on, we held on, and we did what we did because of love for country. And so I want to say thanks to everyone here tonight. A lot of our folks couldn't make it on because we are usually not here on Sunday nights, but we had to come on. So I want to say thanks to everyone for being here tonight with us. We look forward to having another interaction again, hopefully tomorrow and the day after and on, as long as. But I want to say thanks to everyone again. And
Nelson, I just want to say, brother, from the bottom of my heart, brother, I mean, thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you for always making it a business to be on here. I mean, we all know your time. It's like approaching 3-4 a.m., bro. Giving the ultimate a sacrifice for nation, bro. We appreciate you. You know, if my Oma can sit in Batala and tell me that she listens to me every night, right? My mother, and she can explain that to her neighbors and everything like that. That means so much to me, bro. I want to say thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. Thanks.
You made Toure celebrity now.
And before we go, I just want to say something. My brother Heinz was talking about the joint security, specifically law enforcement practitioners and officers. I want them, let us send this caveat or acknowledgement or whatsoever you want to term it to be. You can't only evade justice for so long. Yes. Eventually, it will catch up with you. Yes. And with some of the capital crimes that are being committed, there are no statutes of limitation. Everything that's going on, and you sit there and believe that I would just kick the can, that whole Adam and Eve analogy. Oh God, you don't blame me. Are you the woman where you gave me? She the one caused me. Oh, don't blame me. That is serpent. It doesn't work in the legal field. You cannot kick blame. You cannot kick the can down the road to say, oh, I got this order because that whole thing about he who bears the greater responsibility. Look, if you are in line of duty, in line of the chain of command, at some point in time, you have a brunt of the responsibility to bear. So from the chief of police, Patrick Sudu, to the EPS boss or whatsoever, you'll sit there and think at the end of the day, you're going to kick it down the road and put all of the blame on the president. No, it doesn't work that way. You will go down legally for it. So all of these things that are happening in the country, you think people are not watching? The very people you are using to execute your orders, those are the very people that will throw you under the bus today or tomorrow.
Yes.
So all of those things that are happening, we are cataloging them. And at the end of the day, you will be investigated, you will be prosecuted, and justice will be served. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but we hope very soon. So it's just a caveat to you. You wear your uniform today, just think back. Couple of years ago, the late Momo Jiba, all those people, there were times we could not cross the road. We could not walk in from White Flower. We could not cross the airfield. We could not do this. We could not do that. In our own country, those people, the Egyptians you see today, you will see them no more. These things come and go.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank
Amen.
you. So I want to say thanks a lot to everyone tonight.
Thank you.
It's been a great show. We look forward to being here again.
Thank you, Nelson. Thank you.
Yeah, Nelson, thanks a lot, man. Good job, my brother. Keep it up.
Certainly. And
Ture,
thanks
I'll
to
call
all
you.
of you as well. Okay, so
All right, man.
yeah. So folks, that's how I would like to wrap up tonight. You can join us hopefully tomorrow for another edition of the program. Until then, have for yourselves a good night or a good day, depending on where you are. The late night show. This is how I would like to end it. My name is Nelson Colette. And yes, bye-bye for now.
Yes, I, a special one from the CEO, stand coming with the spoon, and your boy.